Ministries Thursday night movie review that's on Saturday today. Woohoo! They seem very excited. So it is on Saturday because I broke a tooth on Monday, so I can almost talk normally now.
And eat things that are hard.
Well, I still want to do that. I'd rather eat pudding anyway. Okay, Bella, what movie are we reviewing?
Shazam. What's this?
Wrath of the Gods. No, wait, Fury of the Gods.
Fury of the Gods.
Shazam 2. Go with that.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Okay, so Emily is not here because, one, she's at work, and two, she didn't watch the movie, so she didn't know what it's about. So, I want to give us the rundown on the movie, Lump.
No.
To the camera, not me.
Okay. So in this movie, Billy Batson has become very attached to his foster family, and he's kind of a control freak at this point. And
Kind of.
his brother Freddie wants to do his own thing. He ends up causing some issues when he meets a girl.
6,000-year-old girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And basically, he ends up getting kidnapped by a few of the goddesses from a long time ago.
The Daughters of
Daughters of
Atlas.
The Daughters of Atlas.
But somehow it's Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu. I don't understand that one, but okay, we'll go with it.
It works.
Close enough.
Kind of.
And they end up causing a lot of issues for the human world, and what else?
And they all lose their powers.
They all lose their powers for
Not
a
all
time.
of them.
Some
All
of them
except for
repeatedly.
Shazam himself.
And then somebody dies.
Multiple people died
And then Wonder Woman makes an appearance.
Yeah.
Yay.
twice.
Well, the first time it's not really her, it's actually a dream state,
Hey.
and then it has
It's her body.
the wizard's head on it, which is really quite disturbing.
Yeah.
If you ever seen Deep Space Nine, it's kind of like the cork head on Kira's body sequence.
Except
You don't want to go
it's
there.
more creepy because the wizard is black and Wonder Woman is not black.
And he's
That
got
would be true.
dreadlocks and a beard.
Yeah, the beard really, really messes things
Beard looks good on Wonder Woman.
up. Sure.
Okay, so the funny thing about this movie is that more time is spent with him being Shazam than him being Billy Batson. There's only 3 times that he's shown as being the kid the entire movie. Which is
Which is-
really kind of funny.
It's the same in the first one. Really.
Okay, so what are the issues with this movie? Lenny.
Pedro is supposed to be gay. That's like the only one I can really remember.
Okay, that makes absolutely no sense with storyline. Why they threw that in there, who knows?
There's also a lot more cursing in this one than there was in the previous one.
That's true.
They
Okay, there is a lot of cussing in this one. There's more cussing in this than John Wick 4, which we'll do a review on also, but it's actually quite surprising that there's more cussing in this than
The
John
thing
Wick
is,
4.
this is a PG-13 movie. John Wick is a rated R.
Different
Mm.
reasons, however.
Oh
This
yes,
is the
very
first
different.
movie they go out throughout an eternity into that place that remembers history.
Yes, there is not a, what would you call that?
Place.
Place. It's like a club, I think. In the first one, it's not in this
Yeah.
one,
We're on the second one though.
so. Yes,
Just stop going off
that's what
track.
he's talking about.
Okay, Stella, what do you think was wrong with this movie?
I was gonna say the little girl trying to use an F-bomb. She does not actually say the entire word, but you know what she's gonna say.
That's because it's cut off by changing scenes. But she's also riding a unicorn feeding it Skittles, so
Yeah,
there's a whole other brand of weird going on there.
there's all kinds of weird in this movie.
Okay, so what's a good thing with this movie? Start low.
I thought it delved deeper into the characters and the interaction in the family, which I thought was interesting.
Okay. What do you think, Lenny?
In this one, there's more with their parents instead of they're just there.
Okay, so what's going on with the parents that's important?
They're confused because they keeps ending up having things happen that don't make sense.
You mean like the house getting struck by lightning?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not really important. That's just a humorous anecdote that happens during the movie.
They also figure out that their children are superheroes and are going around saving people and stuff.
Well, that's kind of obvious for the storyline.
They didn't know in the first one. They had no idea.
Well, and it's actually really disturbing that they have this like 1970s or early 80s Chevy van they're driving, and the dad starts calling it the battle wagon. And so at the end of the movie, the license plate's been changed to BTL WGN. So, yeah, it's not a battle wagon. It's not the Turtles. It's very pathetic.
It's also like this orange yellow. It's hideous.
Don't they have a machine gun added on the top in the credits?
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Mm.
It's not during the movie, though.
It'd be funny if it were.
Okay, so the important thing with the parents that Lenny is missing here is that the parents go from being some mystical person that's there that just takes care of them to actually showing that they care for the family as a whole.
Mm.
And they're willing to go out and put themselves in danger in order to protect the kids. And not just that, but they're doing anything they can to keep the family together. And that's one of the things that the oldest daughter starts early in the movie is saying, you're about to age out, you have to either commit and do something, or they're going to put you out on the street. And they change that through the movie by showing that they're actually becoming a family. Okay, Bella, what do you think?
We're still on good things in the movie.
Yes, good thing in the movie.
I keep taking what I was going to say.
Sad.
They show more of the, or they explain more the powers of Shazam. They go more in depth as to how they got the powers and, you know, what they are, what Shazam stands for.
Okay, I'm not sure why that's a good thing. But okay.
Because some people don't know what they are and they don't understand.
And because they were stupid and didn't realize that was what their name meant.
They didn't realize it was an acronym.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, it wasn't originally. It was just a fancy word that was retconned into it. So probably the good thing that they're missing that they're somehow missing, I'm not sure why, is that at the end of the movie there is a very large sacrifice in order to protect all the people of Philadelphia, which why Philadelphia, I don't know.
Because that's where they live?
It's Philadelphia. It's not exactly a good place to be.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't 30 years ago. It might have changed and gotten worse. But anyway, they make a big sacrifice to protect Philadelphia, which shows the change in character in the person who does the sacrifice. And there's actually two sacrifices that occur at that point, and both of them illustrate that people can change, but
they have to be willing to.
Yeah, but it's not really giving the emphasis for the right reason, because obviously the real reason to change is because God's changing you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not really the case here. But they do end up being kind of superhero-y by doing such at the end, which that's kind of their big point, is throughout the movie they're seen as being menaces to the city, not really superheroes.
Yeah.
And they proved to be superheroes by the end.
They had a really funny nickname for them on the news, but I can't remember what it is.
The Philadelphia Fiasco.
That's what it is.
Okay, Bella, what's your favorite part?
Probably the nurse singing, holding out for a hero on the bridge.
Okay, so they make a big deal about her singing that song, listening on the radio when she's saved. It's they find that very ironic.
Yeah. Well, the bridge is breaking, and so she's dying. Her car is falling into the river. Shazam saves her, and she's singing the song. And he's like, "Really? I had to save you to this?"
Well, they don't really destroy the bridge, but they don't stop it from being destroyed, so they get blamed for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they kind of.
Right at the beginning of the movie. Your turn.
My favorite part would be when they're Shazam is meeting one of the daughters of Atlas, Helen Mirren, and they're at a sandwich shop, and he very clearly references Fast and Furious, and
multiple times.
Yeah, all throughout the entire movie.
That would be my favorite part. So.
And also shows how oblivious they are, because the rest of the family completely misses the reference.
Yeah.
Lenny, what's your favorite?
When they find that she's broken out of their cell.
And why is that?
Because it was so stupid obvious, and they didn't see it.
Okay, so that's more of a spoiler, so...
That's true.
Just forget she said that. Okay, so the best part of the movie, I would say, is when they're going through and they find that they've been trying to figure out what all these rooms are in the Rock Eternity, because they're trying to figure out what it is and don't know what really is in there. Also, it's their lair, and they put a bunch of stupid signs and stuff all over it.
And, decorated the 7 sins statues
And they ran a generator in there to have lights all over and everything.
and a TV.
But they find a room that's full of all the books, and it's the library. And they find a pen that writes anything that you want it to. Named Steve. Why is named Steve? I don't know.
Because he looks like Steve.
But it's really stupid because they don't realize how dictation works, and that they write down everything that you say. And so they're writing a letter to the bad guys, and they write the part they want to, and then they're commenting on it, and Steve's still writing it down because they don't realize he's writing it down for them.
Yeah, and they even say at one point, it's so nice to not have to proofread this kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I've done that to Emily before because it's really funny, but she gets irritated at me when I dictate things that she doesn't want written down. But that's part of dictation. So you need to understand such things, and it's showing that they're teenagers, they don't really know what they're doing. So, I like Steve. And then they take Steve with them later, and he finds a unicorn for them.
Mm-hmm.
How is a unicorn the king of the beasts? I don't get it.
And how is a unicorn dark black?
And why does it eat Skittles and drink ambrosia?
Another good part is the
Technically,
flaming
drink
violin.
nectar.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
nectar's
confusing.
really good.
Yeah, the flaming violin doesn't make any sense, but
But
It's
it's
an
funny.
effective
it's
disruptor.
entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of a stupid thing that there's no reason for it, but it doesn't hurt anything either. So
Well, it was in the first one.
I'd say go with it.
They still have no idea what it is.
It's a flaming violin.
Mm-hmm.
But why? It's just
Because it can be.
doesn't make any sense.
Okay, so what would you think is rated? During Lenny. Obviously it's rated PG-13. Do you think that's an accurate rating or what?
I would say it is. For the most part, it's obviously still going to depend on stuff, but yes.
Depend on stuff. And, okay. Is that it? Okay, well,
I would say PG-13 is, for the most part, okay. Obviously, like we said, there's a lot of language, but
You're gonna hear that going outside your house.
yeah. So if they're really haven't heard much cursing, probably older. But if they understand you're not supposed to say those words just because they say it on TV, then I think you're safe.
Mm-hmm.
okay, Bella.
I mean, obviously it depends on your child's maturity level, and that's a parental decision.
Guidance and stuff.
Yeah, that's why
You've
it's
seen my
PG.
children.
Yeah.
Fair. But I think it's fine.
Okay,
I'd say
so in this movie, obviously, it's centered around violence. It's a superhero movie. How could it not be centered around violence? That's kind of the point. There's lots of people getting thrown through walls, breaking stuff, blowing things up, dragons darting things on fire.
Blowing stuff up.
Yeah, Journal of Mayhem, destruction, buildings getting knocked down, stuff like that. So, violence,
Yeah.
there's a lot. But it's not gratuitous, bloody, gory, anything else. So that's really around PG-13, I'd say, for that. The language is much more pushing it with how much there is. But once again, if they go to Walmart, they hear the same thing. Now, 10 years ago, no. But nowadays, yeah. And spiritual elements, obviously, they're references to the gods of Atlas and the other Greek gods. But they're shown in the same light as in all the other DC movies, where they're really just really strong people that live along. Like Wonder Woman is the last one of the gods at this point.
Well,
Yeah.
technically we count Shazam.
The last one that they know of, though, because that would be a spoiler why he doesn't count. But I'm not gonna say it because they've already killed Ares and Mars, etc. So
Don't you mean daughters of Atlas? Not
Did you
the
say the
gods.
gods?
I know what I said. Gods with Atlas. Fun.
I have another idea for a spoiler.
No,
No,
stop
don't
spoiling.
spoil it. Not supposed to spoil things.
I know. That's why I said I'm not going to say it.
Good, done. Anyway, so there are spiritual elements there. There's little talking about anything else about reality and spirituality, so it's just mythology at this point. As long as you don't think that it's accurate or teach your kids that it's true, you're probably doing fine. But overall, I'd say the movie is really a PG-13 movie. Some kids probably a bit later than that because they probably can't handle figuring out the difference between sarcasm and reality, because Shazam is a very sarcastic character in
Very.
all of his different iterations. And then there's also the fact that there's implied cussing from some of the younger characters. Some implied very poor choices by younger characters, and then some references that the character doesn't understand. That is references being an optometrist visit. That is reference to underage drinking. So be aware of those things going into it.
She's not underage.
She's not underage. She's 21.
No.
That
The
doesn't mean
little
anything.
girl saying.
Okay, the little
Is
girl
that
is not.
doctor?
Yeah, talking to her friends and everything.
Yeah, that is not.
So those are the issues that are present in the movie. So be aware of those. So what would you three rate it for our rating system out of 5?
I would probably give it 4 out of 5. 4.5. It was pretty good.
Okay.
Probably 4.5.
What do you think, Lenny?
4.5.
Apparently they all think 4.5. I thought the movie was really boring and slow, but I was really tired, so that could be part of it.
Yeah, you were falling asleep sitting next to me.
It just kind of dragged to me, but I mean, solid 3, yeah. I mean, it could be better, but I don't know. It could just be I was tired. It could be the fact that I was reading problems with Helen Mirren and Lucy Liu being sisters. That just does not work to me.
Yeah,
It's even brought up in the movie that it doesn't make any sense. But
Yeah.
if you want to take it in stride, then yeah. But it's a DC movie, so there are high points and low points. This one's right in there. Okay, anything else you want to say about this movie?
not that I can think of.
Not that you can think of. I'd just like to ask, why is the dragon made of wood? If you can answer that one, please tell us down below.
Please.
Because it doesn't make
I
any
think
sense.
it actually explains that in mythology. I remember something about it.
Even if it does explain it, it's a dragon that breathes fire. And should start itself on
It's magic fire.
fire.
Yeah.
It's fear fire.
Mhm.
It's scary. Okay. So, outro. Bella.
What?
That's beautiful.
I'm sorry, I'm thinking too perfect. I don't remember our outro.
You don't have a hat.
They,
Noggin.
no.
Yeah. I don't remember that.
Okay, so thanks for watching. And if you know anything else about the movie or have any other comments, just leave them down below. And we'll see you next week as we probably talk about Wakanda Forever because we did this one. With that, have a good day. Bye.
Bye.